Hi there, this is Jean Rollin from Jean Rollin Films, and welcome to another double take. Today's double take is more craziness and naked ladies from Jean Rollin. This is Lips of Blood from Indicator from 1975 on 4K, and this is Fascination from 1979, also on 4K. And again, with all the Jean Rollin, the artwork is wonderful. And we have already had two orphan vampires, Night of the Hunted, my favourite, The Shiver of the Vampire, again with spectacular artwork, and The Rape of the Vampire, again with fabulous artwork. And this continues the Jean Rollin 4K obsession that Indicator has. These films to me are fairly fascinating in the sense of, is Jean Rollin actually any good? Or is it just serendipity that these films somehow make some sort of dreamlike sense? Or is it just that he was incapable of making a film with any narrative sense? I have no idea. So let's start with Lips of Blood, which again has spectacular artwork. And again we have the disc, ton of extras, and just wonderful juicy booklets. So this is another simple tale from Rollin about a man who has flashbacks when he sees a picture of ruins of a castle somewhere, and he wants to question where this castle, or where the ruins of a castle is. He remembers as a child being taken in by this strange woman and spending the night in her care as a little boy, and he wants to try and find out what's going on. And then he starts seeing this young woman as the same age as she was when he was a little boy, popping up and disappearing. And his mother holds a secret about this place and the people therein. That's not Tom Savini, but that is a poster of Phantom of the Paradise. Not Phantom of the Paradise, Phantom of Liberty by Brunel. Again, it's a very strange, dreamlike film that perhaps has a vampiric element. It certainly has an element of lots of young ladies in see-through outfits, or just stark naked flouncing about the countryside, and by the looks of the colour of their flesh being very cold. But it's about, most of these films are about the past and how it affects the present. Again, I don't want to give too many plot spoilers away. But again, does it make narrative sense? No. But if you're in the right mood, it has that atmospheric, he knows how to do atmosphere. And the film somehow kind of makes sense. And sometimes some of these films are actually quite moving in the end, even though, as I say, they don't actually make any sense whatsoever. But then our dreams don't make any sense. So if you pass it off as these films are dream logic, then they're all fantastic. I mean, this is the weaker out of the two. My favourite still was The Shiver of the Vampire. I did a review of that because it's just spectacular. And then we have Fascination, starring ex-porn star Bridget Lahey, who was in Night of the Hunted. Again, sensational cover. And this is about a man, it's set in 1905 for some bizarre reason. And this guy, who unfortunately is dressed as a ringmaster from a circus in a red and black pinstripe suit, and he has found some gold, and due to sort of MacGuffin, he needs to go to London before he splits the loot, but his little gang that he is in with doesn't like that, so they're about to shoot him, and he kidnaps the female member of the gang, who, in an attempt to escape, bares her breasts to him, just to say, you can take advantage of me but let me go, and he just laughs in her face. Almost as an excuse just for Jean Rollin to throw in some more nudity. And then he is chased by this castle, chased to this castle, which again, very atmospheric. Rollin shoots mist going across the water. There's a little pathway, a little bridge into the castle. It's very remote, so he runs in there thinking it's a place to hide. But there's two attractive young women, one Bridget Lahey, who is obviously wearing sheer white outfits, of course, and Rollin shoots them through as many light sources as he possibly can, to see their soft, yielding, nubile bodies. But the man with the gold and the gun, not a golden gun, doesn't want anything to do with that. He just wants to hide for the night. They're acting strangely. They say they're servants of a madam who's going to come at night with some of her friends, and certainly Bridget Lahey is trying to keep him there until they arrive, because something's going to happen at midnight. She obviously gets naked and has sex with him, because that's what Bridget Lahey usually does. But the other character tries to get him to escape and try and help him escape, but they're besieged by this gang that he's double crossed. And again, the character's motivations aren't really explained. Obviously, Bridget Lahey and her friend, her female friend, they have sex. And spend quite a lot of the film without their clothes on. And the gang is come to bad ends, mostly at the hands of the two women. Bridget Lahey does a wonderful Grim Reaper impersonation, as is the cover of the film. And then the woman who is in charge arrives with her friends, and then we find out the real purpose of keeping the man there. I mean, the film starts in striking fashion, with a beautiful painting, and then we pan down to this large tome, this old book, and a hand leafing through the pages, and then we cut to a scene in an abattoir, which again is really striking. Lots of red. I mean, there's red material on the floor. It's quite awful. And there's a woman in white, a woman in black, what looks to be a doctor, and they are asked to drink Oxy's blood, and we never kind of see much from these characters ever again, but it does link to what happens after midnight. Again, I'm not going to spoil what happens after midnight But it's a fascinating look again about class and what the rich will do to make themselves give themselves better health, more power. But of course, it's that kind of idea is hidden within all the female nudity and wearing sheer see-through outfits, which if you listen to the female actors and the extras, the weather was not warm, so you can tell by their skin tone they must have been freezing. But again, there's just something about it that is quite powerful and entrancing. But again, there's no real explanation for it, because again, all these films are essentially made of dream logic. There is no tight narrative. So again, it does beg the question, was Jean Rollin actually a good director, or did he just luck into these startling images, vivid colours, wonderful candlelit ceremonies? Was this all just by accident? And he was just using similar frameworks and setups, and this mythology of vampirism throughout all these films, just as an excuse to get lots of attractive young ladies with hardly any clothes on. Obviously the jury is out on that. As always with Indicator, these releases are stacked, quite like some of the female actors. Lips of Blood has an audio commentary with Stephen Jones and Kim Newman, and it has a selected audio commentary with Jean Rollin from 2005. Jean Rollin introduces Lips of Blood from 1998 for 3 minutes. Living Memories from 2023 for 10 minutes with Jean Rollin. This is his most personal film and his favourite script, which is interesting. The Beach That Follows Me from 2005, which is 25 minutes, which Rollin reminisces about the beach in Dieppe and his many experiences filming there. Fantasy Life from 2023, which is 16 minutes, which is a newly edited interview with actor and co-writer Jean-Luc Philippe. Early Impressions from 2023 for 11 minutes, new edited archival interview with actor Serge Rollin. Sibling Rivalry 2023 for 11 minutes, newly edited archival interview with actor Catherine Castel, who is one of the twins seen on one of the thumbnails. Exceptional Poetry from 2023 for 11 minutes, an interview with actor and script supervisor Nathalie Perrier. Petite Mère from 2023, 10 minutes archival interview in which regular associate Perrier recalls her challenges and triumphs of making Lips of Blood. Buried Dreams from 2023, 9 minutes critical appreciation by author and film historian Virginie Selivet. A trailer and an 80-page booklet. So that's Lips of Blood. And then the extras on Fascination, which is my favourite of the two, even though it makes no sense, but never mind. Audio commentary with Sylvia Christel from Emmanuel to Chabrol, author Jeremy Ricci from 2023. There's a Jean Rollin introduction from 1998, which is 2 minutes. Rich Wells from 2023 for 8 minutes, which is a documentary on the making of Fascination by Rollin's personal assistant Daniel Goyette, which features interviews with Nathalie Perret and Brigitte Lahaye. The Music of Fascination, which is 20 minutes from 2023, which is a new presentation of an interview with composer Philippe Daram. Love Like Blood from 2023 for 7 minutes, a critical appreciation by Virginia Selivet again. Alternate sequences, 2 extended sex scenes. I don't know why you'd want to watch that. Erotica, Virgins and Vampires from 1999, 25 minutes. It's a documentary on Rollin, produced and directed by Andy Stark and Pete Tomes, featuring contributions from Rollin, actors Monica Swin and Brigitte Lahaye, and Nigel Wingrove of Redemption Films. And again, trailer and 80-page book. These are available on Blu-ray as well. They're also available on US and UK editions. I'm assuming they're going to have more Rollin, but already there's a fistful, more than a fistful of Rollin 4K from Indicator. And again, I would perfectly understand if you say all these films are just not very good and just cheap titillation. I emphasise the word Asian. But there is something dreamlike and something to say about how the past and present merge. What we did in the past affects what we do in the present and perhaps even the future. So please let me know if you've seen these films, what you think of them, what you think of Jean Rollin. Is he some kind of visionary vampiric director, or does he just use these dreamlike films to expose lots of nubile young ladies' flesh, undulating and pulsing as they kill people or are splashed with lots of blood? So thanks very much for watching. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, saying farewell.